Huge infiltration of beavers.
When I moved to Des Moines a year ago and started working in real estate, a little over a year ago, I guess, I kept on hearing about Beaverdale, and I would have some people ask me about houses here. I would try to set up searches for them on the MLS and look for the city Beaverdale to set up a search, and there's just no city.
No.
And I was so confused about that.
Yeah.
But it's a very real place,
Yeah.
just not a city. Or no, right there. There's a new mural.
Oh.
So Jim and I here are realtors in the Des Moines area, and we specialize in helping people, I guess you could say, which is a broad stroke statement, but one of the ways we like to help people is just shooting videos of the various parts of Des Moines, because when you move here from out of state, where you live is a big decision, and there's a lot of people that would be best fitted for Beaverdale. There's a lot of people that would be best suited in Waukee. They're very different places. Today we're looking at Beaverdale and why people want to live here. And this would be the Beaverdale brick, right? The distinct style home that's back here.
This is what we've been driving
What we've been
by.
talking about, yeah.
They've got a Beaverdale Neighborhood Association, which is what it said on the sign there that was formed. And they've got regular meetings to promote Beaverdale. They help organize the Beaverdale Fall Festival and other activities that they have. But like I said, it's probably mostly called Beaverdale because this was Beaverdale Avenue, but it's just a lot of little shops and everything from candy stores to coffee shops to the hardware store.
Yep. And people move to Beaverdale because of the character here. You can see behind me just how beautiful it is. There's mature trees.
Right.
Beaverdale brick house, lots of older style houses, like between 20s and 50s. Built 1920s, 1950s. And
yeah, it's sort of just a timeless era. You know, again, they don't build homes like this anymore. And the quality and the charm and the character that ooze out of these is hard to find unless you're usually in the city of Des Moines, or unless you want to pay a lot of money and build something outside the city. School districts are mainly two districts in terms of public schools. You got Des Moines schools. It's kind of anchored on the north side here by Des Moines Hoover and Meredith Junior High School. And then there's a number of elementary schools. But then there's also a part of the Beaverdale area that's represented by Johnson schools. And surprisingly, Johnson School annexed some ground just on the north side of where Hoover High School is. And they did it before Des Moines City, or Des Moines Schools annexed it. So you can live in that space just north of Aurora Avenue and be in Johnson School District with Johnson bus pickup, even though you're outside the front door of Hoover High School and Des Moines Schools. So it's a little quirky thing. Our school boundaries do not coincide with city boundaries. So.
Yeah, and as far as the whole metro goes and cost of living, these are probably some of the cheapest houses you can buy on the west side of Des Moines.
$50,000 or so, but again, I've been doing this 40 plus years, and nowadays, I mean, what's affordable anymore? But for somebody that wants a well-established neighborhood, they want something close to proximity, maybe to downtown, and vents down there. They want a quiet neighborhood. They want something that's not cookie cutter homes. You know, it's areas like this, or Waveland Park Association, or other areas. And there's a few areas, but again, most of these are found within the city of Des Moines because, again, they were built at a different time. They were cutting edge at the time they were built. In fact, this area of Beaverdale, it's not incorporated. Originally, surprisingly, it was called Urbandale when this was on the edge, northwest edge of Des Moines. And the actual city of Urbandale, which I'm a resident of, was further west, and they used to be just farms and fruit farms and almost bare ground and stuff. But for whatever reason, the residents here called themselves Urbandale residents. And it was in 1917, I think, the city of Urbandale officially took that title over and called themselves City of Urbandale, and the residents of this neighborhood changed it to call themselves the Beaverdale Neighborhood Association. In fact, there's probably the largest beaver I've seen here, so.
Jim, I got to switch you sides. My arm is killing me.
I thought you work out.
I know.
Yeah, so this is one special section of Beaverdale in here, Matt, that is known during the Christmas and holiday season. The residents have banded together for years and done a luminary display. And just about every neighbor on here puts out luminaries along with their Christmas decorations. It's really a neat activity for the neighborhood on here. Neighbors have helped neighbors that can't maybe do their own thing, but usually there's bumper to bumper cars going through here during Christmas season. So, I mean, one thing a lot of these homes wouldn't have is a bath off the master. Some of them may or may not have a bath on each of the first 2 floors, a half bath down, at least one up.
Yeah.
So those would be major things. But if you looked at the roof lines on any of those homes on the back, you'd see where a lot of them put dormers off the back, and they built bathrooms upstairs and stuff. So there's what I was talking about before, Matt, with the dormers.
Yep.
Again, a lot of those half stories weren't even finished at one point in time, and then people went in and put bedrooms upstairs or bathrooms upstairs.
A lot of people that live in Beaverdale probably don't work in Beaverdale, because I don't think there's not much here in terms of companies or corporations or business
Not
parks.
really. I mean, you've got the shops and stores and business owners that are here, but then you've got the Veterans Administration. There's a huge VA hospital that is on the northeast side of Beaverdale area. But again, they're not a major employer.
If you're living here, you're probably working downtown, which I lost my bearings, but that would be
Southeast.
south of here, about 10 minutes.
We're going straight north right now.
10 minutes that way.
Yep.
Johnston is...
Yeah, Johnston is basically 5 to 10 minutes up this way. Drake University, 7 minutes southeast to here.
There's lots of squirrels. It's like the sixth squirrel I've seen in the last 5 minutes.
Squirreldale.
Yeah. No, I'm serious though. That's a plus. Weird fact about me, I love squirrels. So does my wife, but we don't see hardly any in our townhome that we live in over in Johnston. So
you should start collecting. You don't have enough trees.
We might need to get over to Beaverdale soon.
Yeah, you don't have enough trees.
We don't.
Why.
It's too new.
You put some big trees here, and you'll have squirrels. I assure you.
Jim, is there road construction going on back here too often?
No.
No.
Never. Are you asking me that?
I'm asking you. Yeah. Just because
just because that road closed sign.
So this would probably be pretty rare.
Yes.
So like again, I'll compare my place in Johnston. They're expanding 100th Street right now to be a 4-lane road off the interstate. So there's road construction like crazy.
Yeah, they're putting in a lot of new curb and gutter probably in some of these areas. And of course, eventually you have to maybe replace sewer lines, water lines, that type of thing. But again, this neighborhood's been here for the better part of 100 years or more. And so infrastructure breaks.
Yep.
And it's things like that, again, in Des Moines where your property taxes reflect that because you have to put in new sewer lines and new water mains and upgrade schools and things like that. Here, if you're a Chicago Cub fan, you got the vine on the back like Wrigley Field. Which is not necessarily a good thing for brick.
Yeah, can it hurt the brick?
It gets in there and it attaches itself and can make it difficult on the mortar in between.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
There's probably some restrictions. There's I know parts of Des Moines that are in historic preservation areas, so if you do updating, you have to do them within those guidelines of the Preservation Committee. But I mean, these homes, again, they look like 1920s, 1930s type of homes, but if you went inside some of these, they'd have newer kitchens, newer bathrooms, a lot of updating and stuff, so. Yeah, I just like the difference in each house. There's hardly, I'm sure there's some floor plans here that they duplicated, but again, you don't see them next to each other typically, where you would think cookie cutter.
I feel like we should give a weather update each one of these videos we do, since Iowa weather changes every week, but it's October. Last week when Jim and I were out, we were both in t-shirts. I think it was sunny, it was warm. Today, We're at about low 70s and cloudy and breezy, and it's
I don't even think we're
a
low
beautiful-
70s.
You think we're high 60s?
I think it's high 60 was
My-
the forecast today.
My gauge is off.
Yeah.
To me, this is just warm and nice because I'm already preparing for winter and for the 30s and below that we're going to have in a few weeks.
I think the one that I'm most familiar with is the Beaverdale Fall Festival, and basically they'll have in this area shut the streets off for the most part, take up some of the parking lot here and over in this side here where the cars are parked, and they'll have rides and food trucks and funnel cake and a lot of things. And then it's just a way to celebrate the Fall Festival, celebrate Beaverdale as a whole. They'll have I think it's a 5K race as well as a walk also on that. So it's kind of a neat event.
All right, so as we were saying, Jim and I are both real estate agents in the area. We love to help people in any way we can, whether that's moving within Des Moines or moving from out of state, out of town into the Des Moines area. If you have any questions about Beaverdale, please comment below, or you can shoot us a text. I'll throw both of our phone numbers up on the screen. We appreciate you guys watching. If you have a second to like and subscribe to the video, that would be awesome. And again, just don't hesitate to reach out.